Hello and welcome to ITV News. This is Monday night's calendar. A man's been charged by detectives investigating the death of a teenager in North Yorkshire. Bailey Chadwick died following a hit and run in Pateley Bridge as he was walking home from a night out. Katie Oscroft reports.
Well, this development in this tragic case comes as the parents of Bailey Chadwick prepare to mark their first Christmas without him. It was summer when 19-year-old Bailey finished a shift at a pub in this village, then spent the rest of the evening with friends and set off to walk home along the road behind me. He was hit by a vehicle and left for dead. Tonight, North Yorkshire Police confirmed that they have charged a 25-year-old man with driving whilst over the limit and without insurance, and they continue to investigate the same man for causing death by dangerous driving. A woman in her 20s is still being investigated on suspicion of perverting the course of justice. Well, the parents of Bailey Chadwick have issued a statement, and in it they say that this remains an incredibly difficult time for them. They support the ongoing police investigation, which they trust will bring them justice. Katie Oscroft, ITV News, Pateley Bridge in North Yorkshire.
Meanwhile, the family of an 18-year-old who was killed in a crash in Balden on Saturday have described him as a beautiful son and brother and a friend to many. Sidney Brooke died after the grey Ford Fiesta he was driving crashed into the garden of a property on West Lane. A 17-year-old girl who was seriously injured remains in hospital in a critical condition. 4 men who were arrested have since been released on bail. Tributes have been paid to a mum of 6 who died after being attacked in Huddersfield. Lisa Smith, who was 33, was taken to hospital in the early hours of Friday morning with serious head injuries, where she died last night. Her family said she was loved by all who knew her and thanked the local community for their support. 34-year-old Gareth Brooke has been charged over her death and is due to appear at Leeds Crown Court in January. 2 men who raped a vulnerable girl in Rotherham 25 years ago were jailed today. A court heard how the youngster, who was 14 at the time, was given alcohol and lured into an alleyway where she was attacked. Adam Fowler sent this from Sheffield Crown Court.
Yes, the victim in this case was just 14 years old when Kissa Ajaib and Mohammed Mahmood abused her over a period of more than 2 years, starting in 1999. She was in court today for the sentencing, and a statement read out on her behalf spoke about the fear, embarrassment, shame and heartache she suffered as a result of her abuse. The men were found guilty following a trial at Sheffield Crown Court in July. Ajaib and Mahmood were convicted of rape. Another man, already sentenced, was convicted of raping a different victim. 44-year-old Ajaib was sentenced to a total of 8 years and 6 months in prison for rape and indecent assault. Mahmood, now 43, was sentenced to 7 years behind bars for rape, and both men will have to sign the sex offenders register for life. Adam Fowler, ITV News, Sheffield Crown Court.
9 dogs rescued from an illegal puppy farm will be spending Christmas at an RSPCA centre in Halifax. The charity said they were among more than 70 found in appalling conditions after a tip-off from a member of the public. It comes as the government today pledged to end puppy farming as part of its new animal welfare strategy. The RSPCA appealed for donations to help support dogs like these.
It was quite incredible, the layers of dirt that came off these poor dogs. So yes, we've had to shave their coats, but they're looking a lot better. Still a little bit nervous, but they're really adjusting, and we're just so grateful that they're out of that awful situation, and now we can provide them with the care they need.
Oh, bless them. Right, now we've got time for a little bit of sport, as Leeds United delivered some early festive cheer at the weekend with their biggest win of the season so far. Arif Ahmed rounds up the action from our region's winners.
Powering local sport in the community. Octopus Energy sponsors ITV Regional Sports Report.
On a memorable night at Ellen Road. In the Championship, Sheffield United got back to winning ways by beating Birmingham 3-0. Gus Hamer pounced on a loose back pass to double their lead after Tyler Bindon opened the scoring. And Patrick Bamford got an unconventional third with his knee. In League One, Huddersfield beat Rotherham. A ruthless Terriers display saw them 3 up by half-time. Sam Nombi lashed in a consolation for the Millers as it ended 3-1. And Lee Bonus's goal on the hour mark was enough for Chesterfield to beat Shrewsbury. Arif Ahmed, ITV News.
Next this evening, it's been quite a year for Emmerdale's Lisa Riley, known to millions of viewers as the fiery and mischievous Mandy Dingle, a character she's played for 30 years. So what better way to celebrate than to spend weeks in the Australian jungle in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. I caught up with Lisa earlier, but first, let's just see some jungle highlights.
The best part of this whole experience is the laughter. And sometimes when you embrace your silly, magic happens.
Do you mind my head on the nanas?
Not at all.
I absolutely love Lisa.
My jungle experience has been the big bundle of happiness.
Lisa, I've just got to say congratulations. I mean, what an achievement, looking back at that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and it still never, ever gets boring. Honestly, I'm so proud of everything I've achieved, everything I've done, and the response and the love from everybody, you know, especially in our region. It's unreal.
What have people been saying to you?
I truly can't even walk 4 steps at the moment. I was at the White Rose Centre, I've been around Leeds, and people coming up to me giving me the Mama Bear cuddle. What Ant and Dec said, that I was Mama Bear. They're coming up to me, they want photographs, everybody. And what's really weird is the demographic of age. So I went to the trampoline centre yesterday, and literally from like 4 years old, they're like, there's Lisa from the jungle. You know, I'm used to getting Mandy Dingle and Lisa Riley from Emmerdale, but this is crazy. 4 to 104, yeah.
Because you showed your real self, didn't you? That's the thing. You can't help but do anything else.
No.
And there was emotion in there,
Yeah.
lots of laughs.
Yes.
So you didn't mind showing that side of you?
And I was so lucky with the people I met in there, Ruby, H, Ginge, you know, they're going to be best friends for life. And they allowed me to be my juvenile self at nearly 50. And they allowed me just to have fun. And it was like going back to stage school. It was like wake up, let's be daft and let's be silly. And we did it each and every day.
I mean, there were some deep moments as well.
Yeah.
You're talking about losing family members, talking about
Sobriety.
packing in a drink.
Yeah.
I mean, so again, you were happy to talk about all of that there.
It's not easy. We work in the public eye. I did struggle with sobriety, and here I am 10 years sober, and I've been able to help people. And just by turning my phone on when I got out of the jungle, and the messages, it was endless, saying, you know, that people lost their father 20 years ago, and it's still really raw and hard. And it's their story, and I'm here to listen, because it is tough. It really is.
And you brought some things along with you there, just to prove that you really were there.
So the gorgeous red trousers that will go, you know, and the T-shirt with my name on it, that don't smell of charcoal anymore. They have been washed. My lovely, lovely backpack, and the socks that never ever dry.
Oh, yeah.
And Ruby Wax's lucky pants.
Oh.
Yes, forever Ruby Wax's lucky pants I will have.
That's brilliant. And, you know, we have to congratulate you as well, Lisa, on 30 years as Mandy Dingle as well. We've got a little clip, actually, of your first scene, I think we can see. There we are, look.
There she is.
It was meant to be a one-off, was it?
It was always meant to be one episode, yes. So the brilliant Sue Jackson, the casting director from Yorkshire Television, she'd seen me in Oh What a Lovely War, and she offered me the part of one episode, and apparently I made an impact. And
well, you certainly did. And that was with Ian Kelsey, wasn't it, of
the
course?
gorgeous Ian Kelsey,
yeah. Have an absolutely fantastic Christmas.
You
It's great to have you back home.
Thank you. I'm back on Yorkshire turf.
Thanks,
Thank you
Lisa.
for having me. It's lovely.
Thank you.
Oh.
Hundreds of performers who took to the stage for the closing ceremony of Bradford's year as City of Culture will no doubt still be on cloud nine this evening. Myrtle Park in Bingley played host to the colourful display on the winter solstice last night, bringing 12 months of events to a close. And despite the damp conditions, it didn't put the crowds off. Matt Price was there.
A huge community cast bringing down the curtain on Bradford 2025. A closing ceremony at a soggy Myrtle Park rounds off the city's year of culture. Months of planning, preparation and pride have led to this moment on stage.
Any time now I see an opening or a closing ceremony of anything, I'm just going to be like, hats off to whoever did it, whatever it is, because the work is extraordinary.
This bold, bright production sums up the last 12 months. It celebrates the 5,000 cultural events put on in this city. It has, those performing say, brought Bradford closer together.
I think it's united us, and I think it's also brought a lot of the community that was perhaps a little bit more sheltered into the limelight and given every community a chance to shine.
The stage performance, which took place on the winter solstice, featured dancers, poets and singers.
Our mum was in it and she did such a good job.
What did your mum do in there?
She was dancing.
Was she?
Yeah.
Can you dance as well as her?
No, definitely not.
I think it's done great things for the city. I think in all sorts of ways it's added to the value of what we really stand for here.
Just really, really exciting and positive.
Some 3 million people attended cultural events across the city. Organisers say they are determined the legacy of this year lives on. The theme of the last 12 months was big, bold and brilliant. That mantra brought to life on this stage in Bingley. Matt Price, ITV News at Myrtle Park.
Yeah, people seem to enjoy themselves despite the soggy weather last night, Kerry. And it's Christmas week already, I can't believe it.
I know, yeah. It doesn't feel very Christmassy weather-wise still, though, does it? It's been really, really cloudy, like yesterday we saw there, and even this morning, sort of struggling with those cloud amounts, but celebrating nonetheless. Check this out. Thanks to Tom Carlisle, who sent us these brilliant pictures of last night's Rudolph Run, which went from Otley through to Ilkley. More than 200 decorated tractors were involved, raising almost £30,000 for Manalands Hospice and the Yorkshire Air Ambulance. How cool is that?
That looks fantastic.
A little bit of mist and fog didn't sort of spoil anything there,
No.
so getting in the Christmas mood.
You need that colour, don't you, when the weather's not great?
You do, yeah. You need sort of scenes like this, frosty scenes. We might get a touch of frost, you know, as we head into Christmas week, but we've got to get there first. I thought I'd just show you the year so far. This is the mean 24-hour temperature for the whole of 2025 up until yesterday. Yeah, we might have started off pretty chilly, but basically from March we have been average or above, and actually almost record-breaking from July up until yesterday. So we are currently 2025, the warmest year on record, and of course our records go back to 1884, but of course we've got a few days left of the year. High pressure is building. It's going to be north of the UK with an easterly as we head through into Christmas Day itself, and that's going to bring two things. High pressure is going to bring us dry conditions, but also that east is going to provide a bit of a wind chill. So yes, it might be dry on the big day itself, but these are our feels like temperatures, especially out towards the coast and that easterly, a 2 or 3. Here is all the detail.
Today's forecast: seafood and sugar cube towns. TUI sponsors ITV Yorkshire Weather.
Yes, a colder but mostly dry Christmas this year, and if we're lucky for the big day itself, we might see a little bit of brightness, although a rather cloudy story for Christmas week overall. Pretty cloudy today, and if anything, that cloud thickening and lowering as we head through tonight, particularly over the Pennines and the Peak Districts, and poor visibility if you're travelling Transpennine. But for most of us, we are dry, relatively light winds, and away from towns and cities in sheltered spots, perhaps around 4 or 5 Celsius, those temperatures as we head towards dawn. So it could be a fairly gloomy start as we head through into Tuesday. 8:23 and 3:48 are your sun times. Quite a cloudy beginning, little in the way of brightness, perhaps the cloud thinning and breaking at times, but it will be fairly dismal, certainly over the Pennines first thing, and only here lifting very slowly into the afternoon. So overall dry but cloudy. We start to get that easterly though throughout the day, and particularly out towards the coast it will start to freshen by the end of daylight hours. Temperatures therefore back to near normal at 7 or 8 Celsius. The high pressure builds and develops to the north. That gives us the easterly for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. The further east you are, the more cloud coming in off the North Sea, but for many of us there will be some brighter breaks as we head towards Christmas.
TUI sponsors ITV Yorkshire Weather.
There you go. It's not looking too bad. We can get out and about. That's the best thing.
Definitely. And we can come back tomorrow as well, can't we?
Should we do that?
Definitely. Hope you'll come back tomorrow as well. From us all here, a very good night.
Bye.